we have an all-bird team matchup on Thursday Night Football this week. My co-host Jingles, very excited about that with the Seahawks in Arizona to take on the Cardinals. We have 5 total best bets for the game. Before we get into those best bets, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button right down there. Now then, let us get right into the action. I'm going to get things started off for us. I'm going to take the Seahawks to win the game outright. A good old-fashioned full game money line bet. Seahawks coming in at minus 120. Lots to like about Seattle in this matchup. They come into this game riding some pretty good momentum, winning their last 2 games by a combined score of 75-30. So I think their path to victory in this game is going to come through the air. That's going to be a big theme of my picks here today. So despite facing an opposing quarterback schedule of Spencer Rattler, Bryce Young, and Mac Jones, not exactly a who's who, a Pro Bowl talent there, Arizona has allowed the 3rd most passing yards in the NFL so far this season. And moving the ball through the air has been a strength for Seattle, coming in at 3rd in yards per pass attempt so far through 3 games. Not a lot to like about Arizona's offense in this game. I think they're really going to feel the absence of James Conner outside of Trey McBride. Not a whole lot of guys for Kyler Murray to trust here. Arizona has top 20 points just once in 3 games. Seattle's defense has been great in the red zone. 3rd in quarterback pressure percentage. They're going to be on Kyler Murray's little ass all night long. 7 straight wins for Seattle over the Cardinals, by the way, most notably holding them to just 24 total points in their 2 matchups last season. Give me Seattle to win this one outright. Okay, Jingles, we are aligned here. You have a team total. Line this one up for us.
Yeah. Getting the 21.5. Arizona team total under 21.5. Minus 120. Seattle defense has been great versus the run. Gonna get some possible reinforcements in that passing defense in the secondary. Julian Love, starting safety. Nick Amorari, they were out last week. They started the week at the estimated practice report as limited, so they can come back in. Top draft pick 2 years ago. Devin Witherspoon, also limited. He's missed weeks 2 and week 3. If they get those guys back, it's going to be trouble for that Arizona passing game. The defense has been top 5 versus the run all season right now. And they held CMC to 22 carries for 69 yards. Jaylen Warren, 14 carries for 48 yards. And Alvin Kamara, 18 carries, 42 yards. And this is a team that just lost James Conner, which is huge. And I'm not overstating this. This guy took 51 of 57 red zone carries last year. This team loves to run, and he was getting the bulk of it. Trey Benson has not had more than 11 carries over his short career, and Amari DeMarcado was lucky to make the roster. I don't think this run game gets going, and Kyler Murray, as you mentioned, he ranks between Bo Nix and Russell Wilson in terms of completion percentage over expected. I don't like this offense. It didn't look great in week 1 versus the Saints. It struggled to close out the Panthers in week 2, 4.1 yards per play last week and 260 yards, 24th in yards per play. And now the Conner injury is going to make it worse. Arizona, already a below average team in red zone scoring, and just lost their best red zone guy. Seattle offense can control the clock right now. Third heaviest running team in football. Zach Charbonnet, probably a full go here. And the Arizona pass rush isn't getting home, ranking bottom 5th in sack percentage. So a combination of Seattle controlling the clock with a run-heavy game and an Arizona offense that has lost its identity, taking that team total on the good side of 21, pal.
Okay, a couple of correlated props for me. Let's rip through both of these back to back. Let's start with Sam Darnold going over his passing yard total to 21.5. So the last 2 weeks for the Arizona Cardinals, Mac Jones threw for 284 against them. The week before that, Bryce Young threw for 328 yards against them. Throwing Spencer Rattler, Arizona has allowed the 3rd most passing yards in the NFL here this season. Darnold, very efficient here so far this season as he continues to build chemistry with his teammates. 3rd in yards per pass attempt through the first 3 games of the season. And I do think this game sets up to be a real breakout game for Darnold. This is a guy who averaged over 250 passing yards per game with the Vikings last season. Now, attempts have been on the low end for Darnold in 2 of the 3 games, but we did see when he does let it rip, like he did against the Steelers, 33 attempts in that game, He has a high ceiling. He threw for 295 yards in that game. Okay, prop number 2 for me. This is one not to overthink here for the Thursday night football game. JSN. We're going over 83.5 receiving yards for him. I'm going to lay it out one more time here. I told you guys this is a big theme of the picks here. Cardinals getting killed through the air versus backup level quarterbacks this season, and they're going to have their hands full with JSN. He's having a breakout season. He comes into week 4 ranked 2nd in receiving yards in all of the National Football League. Totals of 124, 103, and 96 on the season. Great chemistry with Darnold here lately. 23 total targets in his last 2 games. So we'll take JSN to stuff the stat sheet here. And Jingles, once again, we are aligned with the player you were betting on to get into the end zone.
Let's go. Let's pile on JSN. Let's get a touchdown at plus 160. Looking at the Seattle side, do you want Kenneth Walker at plus 105? Do you want Zach Charbonnet maybe plus 175? Not sure how that goal line work is going to get divvied up. But let's go JSN for plus 160. This is a giant price for a wide receiver, currently leading all pass catchers in target share at 40%, in air yard share at 60%, and he leads the team in red zone targets. Yes, this is a run-heavy offense, but JSN has been an absolute target hog all season long. And sometimes in these games, we see this wide receiver 1 price in that plus 120, plus 125 range. This closed plus 155 in each week. And I think this number should come down as the week goes. Seeing as low as plus 115, around plus 140 at other books. I got the plus 160 at DraftKings here on Wednesday. But this is also an Arizona team that allowed Chris Olave to go for 7 catches, 54 yards in week 1. He got hit hard. He was coming in and out of that game. And then McMillan went for 100 yards in week 2. Ricky Pearson went for over 100 yards last week. It's just a good spot and a good price on a short week for a guy versus a bad defense, Joe.
Battle of the Birds, baby. Thursday night football. Can't wait for this one. Lots to like from a betting perspective. That does it for our look at our best bets. Enjoy the game. Best of luck with your bets. And we'll see you guys right back here on the Coverage YouTube channel for all of our bets for Sunday afternoon's NFL action.